Guys, in today's video, I want to talk about iOS 17.4 Developer Beta 3. Now, the beta has been out for a couple of days, and as per usual, I like to come back and share with you guys any additional details. Now, with this beta, Apple has taken one step backwards in terms of features, and I want to talk about that in today's video. But before we do, I also want to give you guys a quick recap of some of the highlighted features to expect with iOS 17.4. Now, keep in mind, this software update will bring new emojis. Unicode 15.1 will be available with some of the latest new emojis you see here. One of my favorites being the Phoenix emoji. Now, with this new software update, Apple also brings a new menu for stolen device protection. So you now have the option to when the stolen device protection delay will activate. So you have two options to choose from now if you go into the options right here. So always, of course, and then familiar locations. So depending on which option you choose, that's now available. Now, for the EU, of course, side loading will be coming to the EU. The ability to install apps from third-party app stores. Again, this one's only for the EU, and Apple has made some changes to the podcast application. Very welcome changes. New podcast transcripts are now available for the podcast application, which I'm happy to report. There's also some changes to SharePlay. Now, this is where Apple took a step backwards, and they typically do this. Sometimes they try out a new feature, and then all of a sudden, within the beta process, they pull it. They did that with SharePlay for HomePod and tvOS. So this feature is no longer available as of beta 3. Now, I'm not sure if Apple will bring it back. Hopefully they do. But SharePlay has been removed from iOS 17.4 in terms of HomePod and tvOS support. So just keep that one in mind. There's also some minor changes to the outgoing call UI. So some of the elements just look a little more translucent. I really like that new minor change there. And for the EU, once again, you now have the ability to choose a default browser of your choice. But this one, again, only for the EU. Now, one of my favorite new features is the new digital clock widget or city digital clock widget. So this one, the only issue with this one is that you can't really select every single city. So if you select here, edit widget, and try to find the city, for example, my city, Tampa, Florida, is not available here. And I've noticed that a lot of users continue to report that the city of their choice or where they live isn't available for the city widget. So hopefully Apple will change that with future betas. Now, a lot of users also report that their widget does not turn into dark mode. And I want to emphasize that this widget is based on time of day. So let me give you a quick example here. Let's go into general. Let's change the time and date manually here to PM. So go into PM. The widget should change color automatically by the time of day, as you can see right there. So just keep in mind, this widget is based on time of day, and that is why you may not see the dark variant if you install iOS 17.4 and you get the light variant of the widget right away. So just keep that one in mind. I feel like I had to point that out. Now, let's talk about some of the battery and performance in iOS 17.4. And once again, I have to say performance is great. So benchmark here, single core score 2,920 and a multi-core score 7,166. So in terms of performance, we're looking pretty solid with iOS 17.4. Now, last night I did forget to charge my iPhone, but in terms of battery life, once again, I have to say battery life is pretty good with iOS 17.4. So I get through my entire day. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, as you can see here. So I'm a heavy user, and battery life has definitely been improved and continues to improve with the latest beta. That's obviously good news. Now, in terms of Wi-Fi, I also mentioned this with the official release of iOS 17.4 Beta 1. Wi-Fi performance has been improved with this latest beta, and Apple themselves mentioned that Wi-Fi issues were happening with iOS 17.2 and now 17.3 as well. With iOS 17.4, I have to say that Wi-Fi issues and connection with Wi-Fi Wi-Fi issues have been improved and fixed, and Wi-Fi connection is more solid, so I don't get spotty Wi-Fi connection anymore here in the studio. In terms of cell service is now solid once again. I had issues where I typically lose service in areas where I typically have service. With iOS 17.4, service from my carrier cell network is solid here as well. So overall, good news with iOS 17.4. We can expect this software to be officially released to everyone, I believe, the first week of March. So the week of the 4th of March, I think. So we have about 2.5 weeks of testing or so. So keep in mind, iOS 17.4, things are looking pretty good aside from the minor bugs within the widgets and things like that, and Apple taking away that one feature, the SharePlay for HomePod and tvOS. And that about brings it into this video. I wanted to share those thoughts with you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.